If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I've been waiting a very long time to say these words. The New York Jets have won a football game. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nictory Monday in honor of Nick Mangold. Saw that today. My friend Frank West sent that out on Instagram. Horrible news about Nick Mangold yesterday. We have to start off with this, right? It's the biggest thing going on. It's more important than the game. This is real life, real world shit that unfortunately hits his family, hits our fan base, hits the entire organization and the NFL. Nick Mangold is one of those Jets who is rarely respected league-wide. And, a week and a half ago, he sent out that he needed assistance. And unfortunately, it didn't get to him in time. But I could sit here for hours and talk about Nick Mangold, the player he was, the leader he was. But that's all in the past. The saddest thing right now is that those four young kids and that wife are without their rock, their leader, and the man that they love and cherish. So much love going out to the Mangold family, Jets, former players, all tweeting out love, admiration, respect for Nick Mangold. Fans doing it. You've all done it yourselves, whether through Discord or text or phone calls or privately. He was one of one. He's one of those big, lovable guys that nobody can find a negative word to say anything about. So the world lost a great one. The world is a lesser place. Our football lives are lesser without him, even though his contributions aren't on the field anymore. I can go on and on about Mangold. Mangold represented good times for this organization. He represented and led this team. And damn it, 7-time Pro Bowler, leader, captain, and I will put my name on it, future Hall of Famer. So, Nick Mangold, you will be missed. You will be honored. You will be spoken about in high regard by all of us, buddy. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by with that. Had to say something about him. You're watching the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick Shine. We will be right back. We're going to turn the energy up. We're going to honor Nick Mangold tonight in every way that we can. Whether you put stories in the chat, whatever, memories, famous moments, favorite moments, whatever it may be, it'll get on air. I promise you. But Blitz BK, let's kick it off.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in bumble.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Yes, indeed. Blitz is the man. If you don't know already, if you are a member of the channel, use that Blitz BK emoji right now. Show him some love. If you're not a member of the channel, there's two ways to do it. Okay. Number one is just join on your own. Subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel, join us in Discord. You have access to all the emojis. You have access to the famous, world famous DP that we were in all the time. Also, you can be gifted a membership. Now, tonight is the night we are giving away this beauty. It is the Sack Exchange photo from the stock exchange floor with all 4 signatures on it. Now, here's what we're doing tonight, folks. Normally, Sunday nights, and this is counted as a Sunday show. Obviously, I was traveling, went to the game. More on that in a few minutes. Normally, Sunday nights, we double raffle entries. All right, what's a raffle entry, you're asking? Well, I got you. $5 super chats at any gifted memberships normally get double. But since it's the Nick Shine Show, since I get to make the rules around here, here's what we're doing. We won. Yes, we won. Victory number 1. So we're going to triple, and we're going to give this away at the end of the night. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the biggest night of the entire month. Get your raffle entries in. We will be giving that fantastic item away. And thank you to everyone who has already put their entries in and are on the wheel. As always, I wish all of you could win. Pat Rich, I heard you were on TV, Nick. Don't let fame change you. Yeah, that video was on NFL Network, ESPN, everywhere today. If you saw the video of the girl crying at the end of the game, I'm right next to her, clapping, enjoying it. I got to get that video up. I haven't loaded that yet. I was so busy doing the raffle entries. Let me put that on right now. Let me do that. Where are you? Here we go. Done. I'm going to send that here. So this was the end of the game yesterday. You know what? I'll get to that. All right. Here we go. Before the game started, the news breaks. We're walking into the stadium, and the news breaks about Nick Mangold. I come out of using the bathroom, and my phone, bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, what the hell is this? And all the tweets start coming out. So players caught wind of it. Josh Myers, former center from Ohio State, current Jet. Obviously, there's a connection with Mangold there at this team and where he played in college. Myers was visibly shooken, greeting his family after the warm-up and, wiping tears from his eyes at one point after hugging his mom and dad and kissing his wife or girlfriend, whoever that is. But, a lot of the Jets you could see in the pregame were affected by it. The news coming that close to game time. The game starts. The Jets Aaron Glenn makes some head-scratching decisions early. He starts off with going for it for 4th down in his own territory after the Bengals are up. And then Justin Fields audibles the play to a toss. And they were rushing to get the play off. Fields gets back under center with like 2 seconds left. Motions the wide receiver real fast. The timing of the play just wasn't there. It was awful. They get stopped. Bengals get the ball. They go up. Right away, I'm sitting there and I'm saying to the Bengals fans, congratulations. You guys had a great game. We had a good start. It was good, but you guys won. Now I'm just going to sit here and I'm not invested into this game. We tried. Didn't work out. Congrats to you guys. Now, this was a wild shootout. The Jets were hanging around. They were down by multiple scores. We've been there before. We're there pretty much every week. We don't start the game until we're down multiple scores. Defense was getting torched. Cincinnati was running the ball down the middle. time and time again. So we couldn't stop it. We couldn't stop it. You know, they had touchdowns up the middle where they were breaking tackles and multiple tackles and just thumping our defenders and falling into the end zone. It didn't look good. And you know, I got to say this: the Cincinnati fans, if you have never been to a game in Cincinnati, I would put that on my football bucket list if you have one. I thought the atmosphere was great. I thought the fan base was tremendous. And I thought that the environment was just really cool for a visiting fan to be in. Now, I will say this: we don't get to go to a stadium that's filled. We don't get to go to a stadium where the fans are passionate anymore. That's not a knock at the fans. We just haven't had a lot of things to cheer for. This stadium, I know it fits 65,500. There wasn't many empty seats. It was filled all the way up to the top. Third downs, even second downs and long, the fans were getting up. They were cheering. You could hear the roar of noise coming down. It was a really, really cool environment. Friendly people, no bullshit, at least where I was, you know. Big fella, I did try the Skyline chili, and I am 6 Imodium in since having it. So, not a fan. Not a fan at all. Took me an extra hour and a half getting home today with the stops. Will never, ever, ever have it again. Not Saturday night was awful. Sunday pregame was awful. Sunday night was awful. And today was awful. So yeah, not a fan. I don't know if I can contribute that just to the chili, but you have no idea the awfulness that has been a part of this stomach. Now, this is somebody who eats very bland. I eat chicken, I eat vegetables, I have cheese, coffee. Like I'm very, very strict with my diet. So going off the diet and having some, you know, Waffle House yesterday after the game too, not gonna lie, had some Waffle House. My stomach has not responded well. So back to the strict diet I go. Had a little bit of fun. Won't happen again. So the Jets then start their comeback. Defense got some stops. Justin Fields, I think, played his best game. I think it was better than the Steeler game. I thought the pressure on Justin Fields this week, once labeled the starter, not a single Jet fan had any confidence in this game. I stopped at Ohio State Stadium on Saturday, made a little tongue-in-cheek video about not getting excited once the announcement came out. I was 15 minutes away from the stadium, actually driving in Columbus as the news came he would be starting. I was like, all right, what's there to be excited about? Comments from Woody Johnson throughout the week. Aaron Glenn not committing to him. And I think we all knew if Taylor was healthy, this was Taylor's game. But ladies and gentlemen, Justin Fields defied the odds. Garrett Wilson out, 39 points. Are you freaking kidding me? This game was a game dominated by the offensive line. You saw it early. They were doing shotgun snaps, sprint outs with Fields, sweeps, power sweeps, Pop Warner level plays. And then as the game went on, Angstrand showed more and more faith in Fields. And Fields kept answering the call time and time again. He made great decisions. He's played 7 games and he hasn't thrown an interception yet. He's not turning the ball over. He was making a lot of plays with his legs in the pass and the run game. And that was a great game for a confidence boost. You're going to need that confidence boost, and you're going to need a couple extra days of practice because I don't know if you've heard of Myles Garrett and company. They got a pretty damn good defense with the Cleveland Browns coming in 13 days. So looking at this team, it's great to get the first win. Shout out to Breece Hall. He was absolutely tremendous on the ground. 18 carries, 2 catches, 1 touchdown pass. He finally got 20 carries, and surprise, surprise, the Jets offense looked great. Davis looked tremendous, not just running the ball. He was really pivotal in picking up a couple blitz as a blocker and allowing the passes to get out by Fields. So Davis, who some of us liked, but I think we all unanimously thought that Braylon Allen was going to be the guy to be running back two. Sometimes an injury is a blessing in disguise and a an opportunity for a guy to come on and make contributions and opportunities he wouldn't normally get. And Davis has answered the call, and Davis has really, really shown that he can be RB2 plus. You know, he's turned into that thumper between the tackles. He's a hard-nosed runner, and he's shown he's got some speed, breaking a 50-yarder yesterday. So this running game behind this offensive line that gave up no sacks, you know, the Jets statistically had a great game. You know, the Jets have 6 penalties the last 2 games. Remember all the craziness in the first couple weeks with Aaron Glenn hasn't been able to clean anything up? He has. This team is not really being penalized the last 3 games. So that part it looks to be in the past. We're much better in that category. So we're not doing the self-inflicted wounds. Of course, the last 2 games we couldn't score. Let's look at it. Time of possession, Jets win 33-40. Total yards, Jets with 502. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not a typo. Your YouTube's not glitching. I am not taking hallucinogens. The Jets had 500 yards of offense. I was driving all day. I don't know if there was a tweet. Rich Samini's really good with this. Does anyone know the last time the Jets had 500 yards of offense? Please share it in the chat. Also, for those of you here, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. We're in the 1,820s, trying to get to 2,000 before the end of the season. Your help would be greatly appreciated. Tonight, we are raffling off this beautiful picture with all 4 signatures on it. Super chats, gifted memberships, ladies and gentlemen. All entries tonight are triple. So tonight is the night to get your entries in and have your opportunity to possibly walk away with that item, which I would ship to you tomorrow. So you can have that on your wall, possibly by the end of the week. It is right here. It is sealed. I have not opened it. Thank you, Y2K. Shout out to him. New York Sports, Wicker Media. The Mike White game. All right. Why don't I remember? Because I was coaching my son for the last time in Pop Warner that day because we were in the conference championship against Staten Island. So I was unable to watch that game. So it kind of slips my mind. Dino, the question, what happened with Sherwood missing the first quarter? When the head coach says that's between me and him, it makes you think that something was said, something was done, or a lack of effort or energy. He was out there for the kickoff. He was out there for the kick return after Cincinnati scored a field goal, and I noticed he wasn't out there for the drive, so he was playing specials. He wasn't injured. So very interesting that we haven't had more. But when the coach says that's between me and him, it means he fucked up, and he's not going to throw him under the bus publicly. Oh, excuse me. I need coffee. I have driven a lot the last 16 hours, maybe more, probably 18, 19 hours in the last 48 hours. But ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to kick off with some call-ins right now. We're going to do the raffle entry at the end of the night before the stream ends. While that's posted, a couple things I want to discuss. I've said this the last couple of weeks, and I've got a lot of kickback from it. Some people agree and agree strongly. Other people are like, whoa, pump the brakes there, dude. What's wrong with you? I love this draft class. I love it more so after seeing A.Z. Thomas. Moore and Thomas, I thought played well at times. We know Thomas gave up the long touchdown. But when this team had to make plays on defense, they did. Thomas, who you know, I had a parlay I wanted people to put in. I said Mason Taylor anytime touchdown score and AZ Thomas with an interception. You know, the days of Tony Adams are done. Special teamer. It's more who should be out there. Now, we don't know how seriously Cisco's injured. He walked off the field. I haven't heard any news on that today. Like I said, driving. I'm out of the loop on some of the news. But you look at Taylor, you look at Membu, you look at Thomas now, you look at Moore. How about Arian Smith with a 23-yard comeback route? The depth he got on that route to come back at 23 yards. Remarkable speed. Barron, okay, it's a fifth round pick. Fifth round pick. And I hate the term traded up for when we're talking about Barron. What did we give up? A sixth? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? They saw something in the guy that they liked. I don't give a shit if we gave up a 6th-round pick. The odds of hitting on a 6th-rounder outside of New England in 2000, who gives a shit about a 6th-round pick? If you want to jump a little bit for a guy in the 5th and take a chance because you don't think he'll make it to the 6th, that's okay. I'm not going to judge Muji on trading up in the 5th round. Kiko, been solid. Probably need an upgrade there. He might get some valuable time if we move Quincy, which a lot of people think will happen. But I really, really like this draft class. I think it's better than any draft that we've had in terms of depth. You know, the 22 class was all top heavy, 3 first-rounders, and then the 4th or the 3rd pick in the 2nd round for the top 35. Of course, that should be a great class. But the depth in this class, this is something the New York Jets very rarely do. Pick well, 2nd round. Receivers. I'm including the tight end as a receiver. You know, and then not only that, you look at Brownlee, Briggs, and Phillips. These are 3 of our more valuable guys on the defensive end so far this year. Granted, the run game got gashed a little bit yesterday. Don't like that. That needs some correcting. But when you look at this team, folks, I think the youth brought in, and don't forget, Briggs and Brownlee are both on rookie contracts. So they're basically rookies that we have. Or rookie contracts, I should say. You know, this youth on this team, this youth movement, is learning how to play. They're learning how to win. They're learning how to come together as a team. They did it without Sauce. They did it without Garrett. How many of us thought we would win a game without Garrett Wilson? We all said it, myself included. There's no way. This team's going to be awful without Garrett Wilson. We're not going to score any points without Garrett Wilson. We all said it. 39 points without him? Who the hell saw that coming? We had 6 last week without him. We had 11 the week before with him. 1 was a safety. 2 of them were field goals where the drive started in field goal range. The New York Jets have not been good. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals defense is horrific. Still, it's an NFL team. It's an NFL game. It's on record. Jets just scored more points yesterday or equal than what they've scored the last 3 games. What do we have, 22 against Dallas? 22, 11, and 6. Boom, 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 39. We just scored as many points yesterday as we did in our last 3 games combined. We're not turning the ball over. We're not getting turnovers either. But they didn't shoot their toe off. They didn't make killer mistakes. They stayed in the game. And when you have a disadvantage at quarterback, when you have your number 1 and number 2 receivers out, when you have not a quarterback controversy, but some quarterback drama within the organization that Woody threw out there, Jets losing by 25 should have been the story yesterday. Jets not being competitive could have been the story yesterday. And the players came together and said, nah, fuck that. Look at me now. Look at me now. We're winning games, yo. Look at me now. Sorry. Sleep deprivation. So this team showed some grit. Anyone who said they're giving up on their head coach, now sit the fuck down. You could stop that for now. They didn't. They played hard for their coach. They celebrated their coach after that game. So those narratives can be buried. For now. It's the Jets. More negative shit will happen. It's the bye week. Nothing can go wrong, right? Wrong! The trade deadline is during the bye week. So we got to sit tight and see what happens. Even during a bye week, we're going to have to stress out as Jets fans. Who gets moved? Number one, Michael Carter. If you get you trade one of the 6s you got and Carter to get a 5, okay. I'm fine with that. Brownlee's the guy. Brownlee fits their style. Brownlee's making plays. Brownlee's impactful. All right, Michael Carter. Thank you. Started off good. Now you're just a special teamer in a dime. You can put Stiggers in on the dime. You can have Oliver in on the dime. If you could trade Carter in a 6 and bump up to a 5, great. No issue with that. For those of you who are tankathon-ish, all right. Now listen, I didn't think we'd win many games with what I saw. We still might not win many games. However, Cleveland's offense is bad. New Orleans is bad. Miami's bad. Atlanta was horrible yesterday. You don't know what Jacksonville is week to week. There's winnable games left if we can play good football. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Jake Asman starts us off with a super chat. Rest in peace, Nick Mangold. Ricky New York's Wi-Fi for life. Go NYJ. Hell yeah, Jake. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Folks, don't forget, if you're just tuning in, at the end of the show, we are giving away the Sack Exchange from the Stock Exchange photo. All super chats, $5 and up, get you in. Gifted memberships get you in, folks. All raffle entries tonight are tripled. Tonight is the night to get on the wheel. Who's going to be the first? I'll tell you right now. I'm going to bat lead off. I'm going to gift 5 memberships to start us off, folks. And here's what I'm going to do. With those 5 raffle entries, now obviously there's 15 raffle entries to be had. 15, because everything's tripled. Anyone else, we are 28 and a half minutes into the show. Anyone else who gifts memberships, you'll get 4 times the amount in the next 6 minutes. So 6 minutes, shit ton of raffle entries to be had. Now is the time to get in. My 5 went to Alfredo, our resident Raiders fan. Jets Johnny, one of the homeboys. Skip Donahue. Is that Skip? Uncle Skip? Maybe. Frankie Costantino. And Mimosa, ladies and gentlemen. Big fella says, I don't care if we were to win every game left. I want a rookie QB in the first round next year. 100%. Absolutely 100% big fella. Now, I don't know if we will, but I will tell you this. Could we be the first team to go 0-7 and win 7 in a row? Could we have meaningful football in December? Probably not. But you know what? If we're going to win a game, win the game before the bye week. Win the game before the bye. Then we have 2 weeks to enjoy that victory. We went 2 months without a victory, and now we get to enjoy one for 2 weeks. It might be the last one we celebrate, or it might be the beginning of something good. We don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you one thing is for sure. The guy who will be in here in a minute will level my excitement. He will take a wrecking ball to it and tell us how bad we really are. But first, Super Chats. Georgie says, go Blue Jays. Now, as a Yankee fan, I shouldn't agree with this. But I will say this. Don Mattingly, I wish he hung on for one more year with the Yankees. I wish he would have got a ring as a coach on the bench or as a player. He never did. And in my heart, my first favorite player, Donnie Baseball, the guy that made me love the game, deserves a ring. I hope he gets it. I wouldn't be happy about the Blue Jays winning. I do not like Guerrero, but my love for Mattingly supersedes any rivalry or any hatred that I have for any of those players. So, Georgie, I am with you, and good luck on the wheel, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Boomtown, the greatest note taker in all the land, says Blue Jays, Senators, and Nick Shine live at the same time. Hell yeah. Boom. Thank you. Good luck to you, my friend. I appreciate your support and all you do for the channel, and good luck tonight in the raffle. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Leanie. She told me, no, Nick, too bad. There will be no only grams. Sorry, Leanie. I stepped out of bounds when I asked about that one last week. Please forgive me. But Leanie gifted a membership that went to Mickey. Next up, Pork of the Morning gifted one that went to Dan Philcox. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Now, while I put these names on the wheel, I'm going to bring in the guy who's going to level any sort of happiness, any sort of excitement that we could possibly have as Jets fans, and he will tell us how we fucked up by winning. How are we, Alan?
New York Jet fans are a special breed. 38 points to Grandpa Flacco, and all I heard for the last 24 hours is, this is a building block. We're going to win 6 games. We're going to go 6-11. Please, okay? They
You have us
played
winning more.
No, they're not winning 6 games. Okay.
Why? We can't beat Miami. We can't beat New Orleans. We can't beat Cleveland.
That's 4.
We can't
Okay.
beat Atlanta up here in the cold.
I do not think they will beat Miami if Miami played like they did yesterday. Miami was unbelievable yesterday, and it's not.
Yeah, but they don't do that often.
Yeah, they played great yesterday.
That's like us playing great. It doesn't happen very often.
I can't recall a defense play any worse than I saw Cincinnati play yesterday.
You obviously forgot the Jet game when Bill Belichick poured on 50 on us.
No, I agree. But when Trey Hendrickson was out of the game, their defense was invisible. There was no pass rush, and I'll credit our offensive line. They played really well. But the room given to our receivers, our number 4, number 5, and number 6 receivers were crazy. But
yeah,
as far as the trade deadline
real
is
quick,
concerned,
before you go, ladies and
Sure.
gentlemen, 1 minute left. You have 1 minute left. Any super chats, gifted memberships, you get 4 times the amount. 1 minute left. If you gift 5 memberships, you get 20 entries on the reel for tonight's giveaway. This giveaway. Look at this beautiful piece. Alan's got a bunch of entries on the wheel. Do you want Alan to win? Not only
I will
did Alan
donate.
gift for
I will
himself,
donate my entry. I
he's
will donate
also
it.
put not all of them, right? There was one night you said give them to Wild Wave.
I did 5. I think 5 of
I
them.
put Wild
yeah.
Wave on for the one night, and the rest is for you because you didn't tell me anything different.
If I win, I will donate it. I haven't decided who I will donate it to, but I will donate it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
As far as the trade deadline is concerned, I agree with you on Michael Carter. Pick swap again. Roger McCreary.
This one's for you. Read
They
it
did
loud.
not get blown out. They
No,
did
read the
not.
question out loud just for
Did the
note-taking
Jets
purposes.
get blown out by the Bengals this week?
Did we?
31-16, and the Bengals defense took a nap. No, they didn't get blown
Wait a
out.
minute, wait a minute,
They
wait a
won.
minute, wait a minute. Wait.
Sure.
Who gives a shit what the score is in the middle of the game?
They won.
Did the Jets get blown out?
They did not.
Did they win the game?
They did. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll rephrase that. The Bengals lost the game more than the Jets won the game.
Then you could say the Jets lost several games. We lost the
Okay.
Steeler game. We lost the Miami game.
No,
we
the
lost
Jets
Denver
lost
game.
the
We've
Steeler
given
game.
games away, so it's okay to receive
The
a victory
Jets
if you've
lost
given
the
so many
Steeler
away.
game more than the Steelers won the Jet game. It's true. I think the Bengals lost that game yesterday. As far as the deadline is concerned, I totally agree with you on Michael Carter. Jarvis Brownlee is ready to take his role.
He's not ready.
Unsure.
The role's
Yeah,
gone. The role is hit.
the role's gone.
Thank you,
Unsure
David.
based
Appreciate
on
that, buddy.
cap ramifications if that deal is available or if a team would take that money. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Again, as a 6 and Michael Carter for a 5 makes sense. I like Quincy better for this defense than I've seen with Jamie and Sherwood, but they've already paid their linebacker. So
Quincy made
Quincy-
a hell of a play early in that game.
He
where
did.
Read the run, shot through like a missile, unblocked, and leveled the running back for a big loss.
he did.
That's
But
something Quincy. If Quincy can do that on the norm, that's all pro Quincy. Now,
if San Francisco
hopefully-
offers a 4, you make the deal.
if San Francisco is going to offer you a 4 at this point, yes. I
You
hate
make-
to say it. I like Quincy, but you're not going to pay him that money. You're going to get younger at the position.
Yes.
He's older. He's in his late 20s. I agree. If you get a 4, he's gone.
Yes. Brees is the interesting one because
Because he showed his value yesterday,
He did.
right?
He's
Like
a-
if you
he's a good
commit to him
player.
in a game plan, he showed what he could do.
he's a good player. I wonder what he will ask for from the Jets. I know that
I'm
What's it called?
curious with
James-
the length, pause, more than I am the money. Because listen,
I'm-
Kyron Williams just got what, 11 million or 12 million a year, right?
yeah, and James Cook got 4 for 48 at 30 million
So,
guaranteed.
Unless he goes off the rest of the year. Yesterday was the first time he scored. Granted, he had 2 rushing and he had the passing one. But if you are going to utilize him and he's going to end up with double-digit touchdowns and he's going to get, ends up with 1,200 yards, which he could still do if he has a couple more 100-yard games and you use him 15 to 20 carries a game, he can get to a big number with that type of production that he put out yesterday.
But that negotiation
get it.
has to happen in the next week, in my
You think?
opinion. I think I know that people have
I
been talking
disagree.
about. I know people are talking about putting on the franchise, which would cost us 14 million right off the bat.
Only if you don't come to a contract. But
Yes.
here's why I wouldn't do it. He's had the ACL injury. There's no guarantee he finishes the season healthy.
True.
So I would not do it in season. Get through the rest of the year. Show your value. If you don't show your value, say you get hurt, say you don't do well, then the Jets aren't committed. But if he gets through the season healthy and he ends up with 11 to 1,200 yards, 10 to 12 touchdowns, is a part of victories and is the reason that we won games, I'll go sit down and I'll give you 2 for 22, maybe 3 for 33.
If Kansas City offers you a 3 for him right now, would you do it?
Kansas City offered a 3. You give me a 3 for a running back? Yeah, I would.
Would you offer? What about if they offered you a 4 with incentives to be a 3? Like if they make it to a certain spot,
If they
in the
make it,
playoffs.
if they make a Super Bowl, sure.
so you would make that deal.
If
as
we get
well.
a 3 for a running back, yeah.
No, I'm talking
I
about a
don't-
4 to get to a 3.
Yeah, but you could get to a 3, and I think Kansas
Okay.
City's shown that in the playoffs. And with the AFC this year,
Yes.
listen, as good as Indianapolis has been, you're going to out-coach Reed and Spagnuolo in the playoffs. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody believes that will happen.
John Simpson's another guy I would look at. I would try to extend him now. I know his wife became a doctor the last couple of days. maybe a 4 for 52 makes sense for him. I could see him getting between 12 and 14 a year. I don't think he's going to
Yeah.
get to the 16 to 18 range. I think he's a 12 to 14 guy.
I think he's a
Plug him
good
in at
part of our offense. I think he's a good part of the culture. He is that one nasty dude on the line.
He is.
Membu is going to be that. Membu's play is going to be that nasty attitude that we need. I don't mind having multiple of those guys. So, I mean, I'm okay with. I said before the year it's going to be Simpson or AVT. The second AVT got hurt, it became Simpson or
That is correct.
know,
As
or
far
now
as
it's
the
Center.
draft is concerned, let's say they go 3 and 14. We'll just say that, and they have the third or fourth pick. I hope the Saints have the pick before us, because it will be interesting to see what their offensive coordinator, whose son is Garrett Nussmeier,
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Will he bypass his kid to draft? And I don't know. He might. I'm not sure. I like Garrett. I think Garrett's had a really rough year playing behind a really inexperienced offensive line at LSU. He's a
That has
gamer.
Jackson Dart written all over it to me. That has trade up from the second round back into the first.
You like Garrett.
I do, but for the
You do.
Saints, if
Okay.
I'm picking way up there, I'm going to trade the pick because I think Mendoza goes before him. I think Moore will go before him. If Sellers comes out, I think Sellers might get drafted on potential.
I agree with
and the
that.
coach thinking that they can develop him as a passer. I, for one, do not want to draft anybody that needs to develop as a passer. I want Mendoza. So I'm hoping that if Nussmeier goes, great, helps us. Hope that Laramie Tunsil has been ruled out. Just came in from Schefter.
I could see Dante Moore going back to school. There's been talk that he is about to sign a huge
Didn't
NIL
Oregon put
deal.
72 million into their team or some shit like that.
Who?
Didn't Oregon put like a shit ton of money to build this team and like
Yeah,
into the
they're ready to
program?
build more.
So
Yes.
you don't need to go make that money in the NFL anymore.
Yeah,
You don't need to jump. You can win, be a legend, and make millions of dollars in college now. So
Yeah, I could see him
it's
staying
going to be
in school.
interesting to see which quarterbacks jump, which quarterbacks stay, because you can get paid in college now. You don't have to go save your family. You don't have to, go get mom and dad. You could do that already in college. You could take care of your family. You could retire them by being quarterback in a big program.
Absolutely. I could see him staying in school. I'm looking forward to watching him in less than 2 weeks coming to Iowa. I want to see how he plays against us. Mendoza did not play well against us, so I would like to see how he plays against us.
You guys notoriously have a good defense. though.
We do. We have a really good defense.
You guys
and
have
a
like an NFL style defense. That's why
We
a lot
do.
of your players go to the NFL instantly, and they don't get a lot of fanfare coming out because Jack Campbell did, right? But there's
Jack
not a
Campbell
lot of,
was a 3-star. I was a 2 to 3-star guy. The one thing about Iowa, they don't get 5-star guys. They're getting 2,
No.
3-star guys.
but he went
and-
round one still.
He did. I was shocked.
But
he
it
went round
wasn't
one. Yeah.
flashy, and it's sometimes people think the system is greater than the parts with Iowa.
Yes.
And that whole defense plays great together, so they don't get a lot of individual praise and fanfare and love come the draft season. But a lot of them go in; they're smart players. They make impacts where they're at, and
Yes.
they're ready for the NFL game. So that Iowa defense is stingy and it's fun.
That will be a great scouting opportunity for Jet fans in 2 weeks, because Phil Parker disguises a lot with his defense, and I'd love to see how Dante Moore plays against that. As far as the rest of the year is concerned, I want Alan Lazard gone. I can't watch him anymore. Just bring up the kids. He's kind of
Yeah.
useless. It's enough. I know that
On the fourth down play, when Fields threw it high out of the back of the end zone, they brought in Smith.
they
They
did.
had Smith wide left,
Mhm.
and I'm just saying, just put a slant on him. Run up. They had 2 receivers to the left. He was outside, and I'm just saying, Nicky, run double slants, put it on Smith, see if he can catch it, and just get his body into the end zone. And they didn't. He ran like a stutter, and I think like a fake fade to open up the middle of the end zone for the pass that was eventually missed. But
So
put a pass on him, put a slant on him.
They should.
Braylon, I always think of Braylon Edwards in New England with that touchdown where he got the slant, the cornerback slid down his body, and he stomped and carried people into the end zone for that touchdown. Give the guy a chance. He's got a big body. Let's see what he could do. You know,
One other positive, and then
Shoot.
one final
What do you got?
quote. Isaiah Davis is a player.
Yeah.
Isaiah Davis played in a really good program. I know it was a 1AA program at South Dakota State. It's a really good program. I mean, look at the tight end on that team. Tucker Kraft is one of the top 5 tight ends in the sport. So he learned a lot playing. He's a smart player. He's just aware of situations, and I would like them to feed him more. He's a guy who's relentless. Again, I think the comp I've heard is Bilal Powell. You okay?
I am.
Bilal
I'm looking for something.
Bilal Powell is the comp I've heard a lot about Isaiah Davis, and it makes a lot of sense. He's a guy that could be really effective on the third down. And finally, I think Jet fans need to just calm down, get a grip. They're 1-7. I know they're excited about the win yesterday. I'd like to see more against quality opponents. Again, Cleveland has a legit defense. They can't score for anything. But I mean, Myles Garrett had 5 sacks yesterday, so that's going to be quite a test for them.
Now, when you say Bilal Powell, are you talking about the guy that me and Nikki met yesterday and took a picture with?
Oh,
at the
he was
game?
he was
This
in
Bilal
Cincinnati. I
Powell?
didn't even know that. Yep, that is
Yeah.
him. That
He
is
was
Isaiah
there.
Davis.
He was part of the tailgate. And not only did we meet Bilal Powell, but anybody who lived in the 80s knows you did the
Oh,
Icky
it's
shuffle.
Icky.
When you scored a touchdown outside of
shuffle.
your house in the 80s, you did the Icky shuffle. When you were playing kill the man with the ball, like I did, you did the Icky shuffle. Now, quick cool story about this. My mother's mom passed away early,
Oh,
a
I'm so
couple
sorry.
years
Okay.
before I was born, and
Mhm.
her dad got remarried to Alice across the street. Like he met her in the neighborhood. She
Okay.
was my step grandmother, but I called her grandma because she was my grandmother from birth. You know, to me, she was my grandmother.
Mhm.
Her nephew was Bruce Kozerski. He was a guard on the Bengals in the
Okay.
80s, started in the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 23. Bad injury. I go up to Icky after he spoke at the mic. I saw Icky. I go, we're from New Jersey, Jets fans. I go, my step grandmother, her nephew he blocked for you. And he looked at me like, who? I go, Bruce Kozerski. He said, oh, Bruce, I love Bruce. And I was like, hey, do you mind if we get a picture with you? And he wasn't giving a lot of pictures out for free, especially to Jets fans, but you know, he did. So, and his face lit up when I brought that name up to him. And
Yeah, he was
pretty cool moment.
he was a fantastic player for a short time. He really was a
Yeah.
really good player. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun team back then. They just had great weapons on the offensive side of the ball. So I'm glad you had a great time in Cincinnati. It's a good football town. Ohio is a really good football area. So you really
You
had
know
a
who
good
this
time.
is?
I do not know who that is.
It's Joe Tittman's mom.
Oh my God. Oh God.
I've met Sherwood's mom and sister, Tony Adams' mom, and now Tittman's mom this season.
He's from Wisconsin, or is he from that
He
area?
went to school there. I don't know if
Okay.
I don't know his birthplace.
I
But
know he was mentored by former Jet Jason Fabini. I know that story I've heard.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. And Alan, I'll show you this. This might be your first time seeing this, my friend. Let me get this set here. Pause you. All right, remove coffee cup. All right. Let's get this up. That's what she said. Alan, this is your boy on the CBS feed.
So matter of fact, Nick, after a 39-38 thriller, look at you just clapping away.
That's it. And I made
Yeah.
a meme out of it. And it's not the first time I've smiled and clapped next to a lady while she was hysterically crying. So
That's true.
listen, man, you know how it is. You're some have called you emotionless. So you
Oh, I
can
have no
relate.
emotion. Yeah. My wife even says that all the time. We'll have a good one, man. Okay.
Be good, buddy. Thanks
Later,
for calling in. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan. Now, if you do not want Alan to win tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you got to get your entries in. And Wild Wave, you are on the wheel because Alan has decided to give you one of his 5 raffle entries, or all 5 from a time he gifted 5 memberships. So, ladies and gentlemen, call lines are open. Jets win. Jets win. Wow. Never thought we'd get to say that. Taco Tom says bums. Thank you, Taco Tom. Eli, yes, sir. You were on the wheel several times already, Eli. Thank you for your contributions. But yes, we are giving away at the end of the show the sack exchange from the stock exchange photo. All raffle entries tonight. Tonight is basically the Sunday show, so raffle entries are doubled. Then the Jets won, so now they're tripled. So all raffle entries tonight, super chats $5 and up, gifted memberships, ladies and gentlemen, get you on the wheel. And at the end of the night, we will give that beautiful item away. Matthew, I'm sorry if I missed it. Matthew with a super chat. Member of the channel for 15 months says sent won the Nick Shine Show gift memberships. Thank you, Matthew. Except that it's singular, not plural. Oh, trickster. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a comment I wanted to get to earlier. Barney, if he's still here, said no, he was a second round pick and he's exceeded expectations. I disagree. I think Brees has failed to meet expectations. He's never had double-digit touchdown season. He's never ran for 1,000 yards. Hasn't really been healthy. You're a healthy running back in the NFL, you should be able to get 1,200 yards. I know there's been circumstances. He hasn't been utilized. The year he was healthy, Aaron Rodgers refused to hand off the ball. I get it. Completely understand. There's been reasons. He's a great talent. Hasn't consistently put together to exceed expectations, in my opinion. I love Brees. If we see Brees do what he did yesterday more consistently, I would be fine keeping him. I would be absolutely 100% fine giving him a deal that's anywhere from $9 to $11 million a year for 2 or 3 years. You have a rookie quarterback coming in next year. You have the dead money all gone the year after that from Rodgers. You're going to have open cap space. You got a young offensive line. I'd be okay with it. Do I want to get into a 4-year deal with a running back? No, not one who's already torn an ACL. I would go 2.22. I would be happy with anything around there. If Brees wants a third, I would be reluctant, but I wouldn't be upset if the Jets did anything 3 for 33 and less, I would be okay with. Unless all the guaranteed money's in year 1 and 2, and year 3 is fluff money. Ladies and gentlemen, Eli Betts is on the wheel for 8 entries with this super chat. Welcome back. And the home of the Jets. Hell yeah. Thank you, Eli. Appreciate you, man. Call link is pinned, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Victory Sunday show on Monday. Your boy had to drive home from Cincinnati. Thank you for all the love, the well wishes while we were there beforehand with travel on the way home. And in the chat tonight, I've seen them. I appreciate them. And actually, Eli, I am corrected. 12 entries, not 8. Forgive me. And then Eli follows up with, would I trade Quinnen for Brian Thomas Jr.? I don't think Brian Thomas Jr. is going anywhere. You don't trade a young talent at wide receiver in year 2 if there's some growing difficulties. You get through them. You don't give away a talent on a rookie contract. But that being said, if that gets offered to us, I'm not saying no. I'm not going to say no to that deal. I wouldn't like losing Quinnen. But to have Brian Thomas across from Garrett Wilson, yeah, yes, please. That would be a killer combination. That is a Keyshawn Krebet. Those are guys who complement one another greatly. It's a Marshall and a Decker. It's two guys who do different things so well that the defense has to account for both. And then you add in Mason Taylor in the year 2 and potentially bringing Brees back with Davis and Allen. And now you're really cooking for a young quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, the man behind the mic and all of the music on this channel, the great Blitz BK, has gifted a membership that went to Eric Kelly. Folks, if you are watching, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's see where we're at. Let's see if we got any new subscribers tonight. Taco Tom commented and left. What a shame, Tom. You seem like you were going to be a great member of the channel. Thank you for waiting the minute to comment and then scampering out. Blitz says re-sign Brees. Okay. 3 for 33, Brees. Blitz. Are you upset if it's more than that, or you just want him at all costs? What am I? Why is this dying? I just fucking put the battery in the other day before I left. How is the fucking mouse dead? What's the mouse? I don't know. All right. Glad to say that this show is not sponsored by Kodak batteries. You suck. Come on. Come on. Get in there. That's what she said. All right. We are good. Let's see. Call lines are open. Let's see if you guys got any questions. Fire off your questions. And good luck to everyone who is on the wheel already. Actually, I'm going to play a Blitz song while I add all of the entries tonight that we've had so far on the wheel. Everyone loves Angry Blitz.
Good evening, everyone. Normally, this is the part where I go into a monologue about the Jets. I got to address something first. There's been some shit talk out there about this program. Don't talk shit about my family. They're my family.
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Get ready for this new showdown. I call it the anytime, any day throwdown. Nick Shine, kill these clowns till they make no sound. They lose weight, we feel great when we burn these pounds. We all know that jet green make the earth go round. Another rookie head coach, another first go round. We bleed green, each fiend hope this team win now. And twist dreams in the DP where my beats are found. Shine is unite, knock the lights out at midnight. We go show for show, goon for goon. We can fist fight, I rip mics. Clemens and Williams, all the dislikes. Bunch of Jets rappers out there, they ain't this nice. I did this twice. Got a sick addiction, so the green and white's my vice. I gave it blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, I paid my price. Many years on this flight, no prescription, but I need a championship in my life, yo.
For as long as I'm alive, I got your back because you always had mine. And I fucking love you guys for that. So.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Blitz. He's the man. Unstoppable. And a good friend. And a very nice guy. While we were away, Ryan McCarthy said, hey, I'm on the wheel a couple times. I would like a few more entries. So, Ryan, you're on for 3 more with the gifted membership. That went to Amanda. So, shout out to Ryan and shout out to Amanda, who I got to sit next to for the Asmaniac Shiner outing. Very nice young lady. Had to deal with sitting in between me and Jake and our roller coaster of a day and commentary. And she lived to tell about it. So shout out to her. All right, folks. It's question time. Fire off your questions in the chat. You got concerns, questions. You got theories about going forward. Now, something I saw today. Aaron Glenn did not commit yet to Justin Fields being quarterback. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that Fields deserved that after yesterday's performance? I'm a little surprised. I think that I would have, I would have went right to the microphone and said, Justin played well, and you know, he's our guy going forward right now. He deserves it until he doesn't. Where you leave it open ended, where if the performance goes back to Stinkville, you can take him out. However, he played well enough to say, yeah, man, this guy's getting another start. He'll be our starter for Cleveland. I don't know why Glenn is going to play these games. I don't understand it. I don't get why you're trying to be so secretive about shit. Doesn't make sense to me, folks. Blitz says he should be the quarterback for the rest of the season. Yeah, I would leave it open ended, right? It's going to be week by week. If it gets as bad as it was with Denver, and he's not completing passes, and he's not reading it, and he's not feeling it the right way, you can't say he's the quarterback for the full season. Just go week by week basis, which is all Glenn should say, and just say, at this point, Fields is our guy. But as head coach, I reserve the right to make that change at any time if the quality of play isn't there. But we hope that it is. We hope Fields is our guy the rest of the season. It's up to him. Simple. But I don't get I don't get it. Dave Briga says Michael Carter gone. He should be. I don't even care if it's a 5th round pick. It's okay. You found an upgrade. You got Brownlee. No issue with it in any way, shape, or form with moving Carter. He's a special teamer, dime cornerback. Shout out to all of you here supporting the channel. I appreciate that. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Much love to all of you here who decided to show up and choose this channel to be a part of. I got nothing but love and respect for you guys for doing that. Metro says, I was thinking today maybe his concussion affected him a longer period of time and not just being a protocol after seeing processing faster yesterday. Yeah, I guess maybe sharing the reps during practice helped him see the game differently. Getting benched for the second half of Carolina maybe helped him. He's not turning the ball over, but if he can, and let's be real, the scheme, I think it was a benefit to him not having Garrett out there. He ran the scheme, he ran the system the way it was designed to be run. He wasn't looking to get the ball to anybody. He was taking who was available. Sometimes that helps. Will it help long term? No, I think long term we're obviously a better offense with Garrett Wilson. But if your quarterback can deliver the ball on time in the scheme and who the plays are called for, that's a huge, huge benefit for us. Blitz says, I think we should live with his ups and downs. When he's struggling, I want to see Tanner call plays to get him refocused. I want to see how they handle QB struggling and adjust the game plan. That's fair, Blitz. I agree. I think you make some good points there. I thought Tanner was great yesterday. Now, it was against Cincinnati's defense. Let's see Tanner against Cleveland. Let's see Tanner against New England on a short week of preparation. Can you get this offense to get into the? I mean, with Cleveland, if you get 15 to 17 points, I think that's a very good day because your defense should be able to hold them to less. New England on a short week. Let's see where the cards fall. But go beat Cleveland and build upon today or yesterday. David D says, admittedly, of the 8 games, yesterday's game was the one I thought the Jets had the least chance of winning because of injuries. Yeah, David, I think a lot of people thought that. I think a lot of people looked at that and said Sauce is out, Garrett's out, the quarterback controversy throughout the week, or indecisiveness, I should say. Taylor getting ruled out Saturday night as they're boarding the flight and doesn't travel with the team. It's interesting. You know, it was a roller coaster week for the Jets. Through the media, Woody Johnson's comments, Aaron Glenn not committing, and then making the decision last minute. I don't know. I would think and would like to say that the Jets and Aaron Glenn start to kind of settle in now. You got the monkey off the back. You got your first victory. Now you got your feet wet. You got 10 toes in the sand. Start to be more stable. Start to be less confrontational and hostile with the media. Start to say, okay, I'm meant for this job. You're not pressing anymore. David, you are not alone, my friend. I was there and I was shocked by it. Yeah. 39 points, no turnover. Garrett Wilson and Josh Reynolds, your 1 and 2, did not play. So the Jets are 1 and 7. Could they be the first team in NFL history to start 0 and 7, make the playoffs? No. Let's just see some competitive football. Let's see this offensive line keep dominating. Let's see the defense be a little more consistent. We saw 2 good outings from them in a row. We saw a very clutch fourth quarter. Will McDonald gets home. Brownlee makes a good play. A.Z. Thomas knocks a pass away. Almost comes down with an interception. Let's see. Let's build on some of these things. You know, you'll have Sauce back after the bye, we presume, right? It would be 3 weeks since the concussion. You hope Garrett Wilson's back. That would be 3 weeks since the injury. If you thought he'd be out for 4, you probably IR him. But yeah, the Jets are fucking confusing. There's no way to say it. Every time we think there's something, they end up being the opposite. So who knows? Who knows? David C. says Jermaine Johnson had a key pressure. He did. He was quiet a lot of that game. Michael Clemens, I think, was our best edge in terms of making Flacco get out of the pocket a few times. He had a pressure. He dove one time where if he would have took 2 more steps, I think he would have just wrapped them up, and Flacco was able to run and get some yardage early on in the game. But you know, Michael Clemens has been a decent third DN the last couple of weeks, in my opinion. Decent. Nothing to praise, just decent, which is a huge upgrade from what he was the first 3 years and couple games. So, but ladies and gentlemen, if you want in the raffle, last chance. We're going to be wrapping the show up early in a couple of minutes. I am exhausted. I'm not going to lie. I want to get a good night's sleep. I didn't get a good night's sleep the last 2 nights. Not sleeping in my bed. I miss my bed. Got a beautiful king-size bed here that is soft and easy to sleep in. Blitz with a question, but fire off more questions. I'll hang out as long as you have questions or we get call-ins. Blitz says, do you think the lack of pressure is because of the scheme or the players not performing? I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest with you, Blitz. You know, the times that we get home, the back end doesn't cover. Guys are wide open. They're open in the middle of the field. If we blitz, the quarterbacks that we're playing against are throwing to where the opening is. So you got to do a better job of disguising your blitzes. And you also have to be able to get home when you do blitz, or you're leaving guys open for on the other team to catch and run. Ladies and gentlemen, our good buddy David D, one of our resident Detroit Lions fans, has just gifted 5 memberships, which gets him 15 raffle entries tonight. They went to A Fungus Among Us, David Hall, Sir Luca, Joe Boom Jets, and Green Bean. Thank you, David. You are the man. You really are. Love your support on this channel and the big role that you play in our community. David says, Nick, I will donate the prize to someone in the chat if I win. Very nice, David. You are a legend, sir. Let me play a video. Let me get David on. And let's see. If call-in lines are open, guys. If you want to call in, we'll go from there. Shout out to everyone in another Discord. Instead of being a part of the show, you are appreciated for not being here.
This got me.
Gentry covered in purple.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Thank you, David, again. I appreciate you. I want to make sure I got everyone. We got David, we got Ryan, we got Blitz, Eli, yes. Pork, Leany, Georgie, Boom. Correct. We are good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What we got? We got 112 here. We'll do 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And then we'll do the raffle. So last couple minutes to get in. I think it goes without saying, I will be looking for some Nick Mangold items. We'll go from there. I'll see what I can find for the next raffle. Tonight we have a bye. It's nice that 2 of the next 3 Sundays are open. We have the bye week. We play Cleveland. And then we play New England on the Thursday. So 2 of our next Sundays are open. Let me see when we'll do the next raffle. Let's look at the schedule. What's the game after New England? Baltimore. All right. So the night of November 23rd, the Baltimore game, we will do our next raffle. I will look for that prize. And at some point this week, we'll have that prize. But every show after tonight ends or after tonight's raffle spin, we'll go towards that. But I'll look for a Mangold item and see what I can come up with. Chiefs 21-7. Yeah, I didn't think Washington even had a chance without Daniels. Who's their quarterback without Daniels? Forgive me, I'm not watching, and I'm not even interested in the score. Everyone's there. Oh, it is Marcus. Marcus Mariota. The Flying Hawaiian. Nice, Matthew. Nice. RG3, he's too busy fighting everyone on Twitter. He doesn't have time for practice. He puts paragraphs upon paragraphs out just to anger people. He's very good at driving engagement. Yeah, that's the game with Bobby, Matthew, not with me. But, all right, folks. Let's add the wheel. Let's save the wheel first. God forbid something happens. All right. Let's add this. Last call, folks. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. There we go. All right. We'll give it a minute or two. Anyone else who wants to get in, last chance to get in. Now, since the Jets won their first game, we're only going to shuffle it one time. So I'll give a couple more seconds here. Let's see, we got anything to play? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, no, I'm staying right here.
Oh, look at my eye! Oh, look at my eye!
You're ridiculous. What the fuck? What the Look at that, she's laughing.
All right. Good luck to everybody. Thank you to everyone who contributes. Thank you to everyone who is a part of the show in whatever way you are, whether you just hit the like button or you tell a friend about it, you help build the community, super chats, gifted memberships, call-ins, all of it makes this show what it is, and I appreciate you for it. And sometimes the best thing to do for some of you is to not show up. So thank you for that. That's even better. We're going to shuffle it one time. Bloop, bloop. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off. And the winner of the Sack Exchange from the Stock Exchange photo is, I can't see, it's Luppy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lup Man. Let's message Luppy and let him know. Congratulations, Luppy. I just messaged him. And again, thank you to everybody for what you do for this channel. I appreciate all of you. I will reach out to Luppy. I just did. But I will get his info, and then we'll get that off to him. That's very awesome for him. It will look great, if his wife allows it, for him to put it up in the background. When he calls in. That's a really nice piece. Like I said, that's something that I want. This is something that I know. I haven't opened it. It's sealed. If I opened it, I probably wasn't giving it away. So for me personally, I had to keep it sealed. And to the big fella, I still have your helmet. I am a knucklehead. I forgot to bring it the day of the outing last week. So that's on me. I apologize. But ladies and gentlemen, starting right now, any super chats, gifted memberships will go on the next wheel. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Lump Man. Oh, yeah, Lumpy. Where are you, Lumpy? Oh, yeah, calling in. Oh, you drinking beers? Yeah. Jets Worldwide. Well done. Great win for all the Knicks this weekend. Yes, sir. It was a great time, man. I enjoyed going out. Like I said earlier in the show, if any of you were ever debating going to Cincinnati for a game, I highly recommend it. I thought the environment was great for the opposing fans. The vibes along the tailgate. They do a cool thing at the tailgate. They have a pizza place. They have the chili bus there. You know, those food trucks. They have a cigar table. You know, where you make donations to charity. The whole tailgate is donations and free, and you can just make donations to charities to support each truck. The pizza, Donato's Pizza, you do pay for $3 a slice, but there's a tent for alcohol too to be sold, and just a really really cool environment. Tailgate Jim runs it. Claudio from Gotham City was there, and he was part of it. Bilal Powell was there as a Jet representative, and Icky Woods was there promoting a charity for asthma awareness. Icky Woods' son tragically lost his life to complications from asthma, and they're trying to bring more awareness to it and more testing. And I will get that link. I have the flyer that they gave out in my book bag, and then I'm going to make a donation to it for him taking the time to talk to me and take the picture with me and Nick. That was pretty cool. Like I said, if any of you lived and you were a kid in the mid to late 80s, the Icky Shuffle. It was the Super Bowl Shuffle with the Bears, and then it was the Icky Shuffle after he scored. And those are memories that are etched into my brain. So to actually meet the guy that I pretended to be on my front lawn and other people's front lawns when we were playing football as a kid, I'm definitely going to contribute. And I know some of you out there will as well. So I will put that info in the Discord to start, and then I will probably have that in the description of the next show. Matthew Smith, why don't you fucking get off my dick and let me talk? You weren't alive, okay? God. Did I do that right? Yeah, Eli, I will. I got to unpack. I didn't even unpack yet. So the big fella watching Jacob Martin and Frankie Louvu on the commies and think, damn, they could have looked good on our team. Yeah, where did Frankie Louvu go first? He went to Carolina, and then he went to Washington. Yeah, and you know what's crazy, David? I see Bilal Powell outside, and if any of you follow Bilal Powell on Instagram, go there because he shared the picture of me and Nikki with him on his Instagram story. So go blow up his Instagram and tell him, yo, that's Nick. You got to get on his show. Just throw those comments all over it. Would love to have him on here. I mentioned it to him. And we get inside the stadium. We're in early. As soon as the stadium opens up at 11:30, we're in. We're in line to get in there. And I got a pulled pork. I didn't eat the sandwich. I didn't want to eat the bread. I ate the pulled pork. Really delicious. And then at like 12:25 before the game starts, I look at Nick. I go, if you want food, let's go now. I don't want to go out during the game. Let's go eat now. We go up. He wants chicken tenders, of course. The French fries were phenomenal. Well done, crispy. But as we're in line for that, I look to the left, and Bilal Powell's wife and 2 kids were just done getting food. So crazy that run into him inside the stadium as well. And really, really cool environment, man. I can't say that enough. The people were kind. The conversations were great. They were genuine, just different, a different vibe than being at a Jet Patriot game where there's just pure hatred for people. And it helped that less than 10% of the fans there were Jets fans. But, ladies and gentlemen, we come to that time of the show.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shine.
And what did we learn? I'll tell you a couple of things I learned. I learned that a road trip with your son, make a lot of memories, is more important than the game. But the game turning out to be a victory was very helpful. Driving home with a victory, a lot easier to do. I've made that ride home from Pittsburgh for the AFC Championship on January 23rd in 2011. Was not fun. That was devastating. I was drinking till about 6 in the morning. We got in the car about 8. Was not fun. I wasn't driving. Was not a fun time. Horrible, horrible experience. So much easier driving home today with the victory. But folks, what did we learn? Drop your what did we learns, and then we will kick it up to Boomtown and see what did he learn. We will get some scores. I am unaware of what's going on right now. MLB, Dodgers, and Blue Jays are tied at 4, top of the 7th. Now, Boomtown, do you and Addie have any sort of bet or wager? You know, not money, but do you have anything where anything on the series itself? Oh, big fella. My favorite thing to do, because I get the gambling ads all the time, is click the 3 dots and then block the ad. It's my favorite thing to do is when you get one of those annoying fucking things that pop up. Boomtown says, no bet, no wager. Well, you guys are not fun. You guys are crap. Kidding. I love both of you. I wish you could both win. Addie's one of the homeboys. Boom is definitely one of the homeboys as well. So if it's not the Yankees, I want to see my friends win. And it sucks that 2 good friends are going up against one another. Matthew Smith takes the other approach. I hope both teams lose. Well, Matthew, you're not a nice guy. And shout out to Matthew, who subscribes to the channel with all of the accounts he's created on YouTube. Pat Rich says, I learned women crying on TV wasn't because of the Jets, because she realized she was in the presence of the legend, Nick Shine. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate the kindness. She was starstruck. Oh, Eli says loser has to change their profile picture to the winning team's logo. That would have been a good one. Until the season begins next year. Oh, that'd have been great. Matthew, if the Dodgers win, know what did I learn for Boomtown forever? Shut up. Stupid idea. Horrible idea, Matthew. Why should we punish all of us? Well, Chris B., I learned our New York Jets franchise organization won and lost, got our first win, but lost a legendary GOAT of our Jets and in life. God bless Nick has son and all. Like, support, sub. Go Jets. Love you. Love you too, Chris. Pleasure talking to you. A couple times you've called into Addie's show. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. If you are a member of the channel. Oh, where are we here? YouTube just kind of shit the bed on me here. What's going on? Oh, there we go. If you're a member of the channel, drop that Canadian flag for Boom. Kick it up to him with what did we learn? Oh, we got a couple more popping in. Maze, I learned that woman was not the first woman crying who has been situated in front of Nick Shine. Probably not the last. Luppy won. The great Lup Man won. I learned that the big fella asked who won the Jets picture, and that answer is Luppy. Franklin, good for you, Nick. It was fun and cherish those times. Cincinnati, slow currents cool. Eli, I learned Nick Shine. Oh, speed limits. Stop. It was great driving across frickin' Pennsylvania and Ohio. Today, man, we get back to New Jersey. I'm doing like 90 on 78. And all of a sudden, I did 90. I got to like the middle lane, and it's like a bend. And around the bend in my rearview mirror, I see a cop, left lane. Oh, shit. I take the foot off the gas. I'm coasting down to 80. Cop flying up the left lane and just keeps going past me. So, a couple times in Western Pennsylvania, there's like 3 cops come over a peak, and one's sitting there, and I let go of the gas. He never got me. So, very happy that that didn't happen. Addie won, and Chef Kevin wasn't allowed to wear a Yankee hat or gear at home games, I believe. He wasn't allowed to wear it at all for the year, and there were discrepancies in the bet, but Addie had receipts. But they pieced it out. They came to an agreement. Alan, I learned that Jets fans overreact after a 1-point victory against the junior high school defense. Well, we've been the junior high school offense, so it was nice to score. It would have been worse if we lost to that junior high school defense, Allen, and scored only 6 points again. God damn it, Allen. Yeah, it was savage. And it happened, and I tried to get Chef Kevin to come on the show, but it was like 10:30 at night. And then he messaged me at like 7 in the morning. And then they got together and they figured it out that night. Yeah, Maze, tell him. Alan, shut up. We're going 10-7. And then more. Watch, we'll go 10-7 and lose out on a fucking tiebreaker to somebody. Bonesy Jr. Good stuff. All right, folks, it's that time. Boomtown, please, sir, drop it like it's hot. Oh, and another picture I wanted to share. I'll get all the pictures. For those of you in Discord, I'll post them all. But one more I'm going to send to Boomtown so I can get it on air right now is, since you just brought up the Reds, where is it? Boom, 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 boom. This is pretty cool. My dad would have loved this. I wish, I know in a way he was there with us, but I absolutely would have loved to show this to my dad. It's Johnny Bench statue. I had the Uber stop and drop us off right here as soon as I saw it. So got to see the great Johnny Bench statue. Really cool moment. Looked at Nikki. I was like, man, I wish Grandpa was here. I wish your grandfather was here with us right now to see this. He talked about Johnny Bench. I was a catcher growing up, and then my dad would always talk about Johnny Bench and how he played the position when he was coaching me in All-Stars and Little League. But yeah, real cool. All right. Boomtown. Oh, Matthew, I learned that Alan doesn't understand what momentum is. Yeah, only negative momentum. But Boomtown learned Nick Dury Monday. Unclear if being on national TV will change Nick or not. Skyline Chili is a 6 Imodium minimum. Even a curmudgeon can change his opinion on Brees Hall. Bonus, this show is not sponsored by Kodak Batteries. Glenn needs to dial back the secrecy. Another Discord, and its members got a shutout tonight. Nice. Very good, Boom. Shout out to Boom, who put that together while watching multiple teams of his play. So, Eli, not defensively, my friend. Not defensively. Mike Piazza is one of the worst defensive catchers of all time. Oh, Franklin says typo. Cincinnati is a low-key cool city. Didn't do anything in Cincinnati but the game. You know, if I did it again, I would probably take Friday off and get out there, sleep, and then have all Saturday to do stuff. Or just fly and go out early Friday morning. It's quite the drive. Didn't allow Nicky to drive yet. Didn't want him driving on 2-lane highways with the tractor trailers with the truck. So, yes, I wanted to go see Harambe's gravesite too. It's going to do a picture. Dicks out. If you know, you know. Ian Rappaport just retweeted, just your normal 13-play, 119-yard touchdown drive by the Chiefs, who had 25 yards in penalties. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Piazza was a great hitter, but he was dog shit as a catcher. Couldn't throw. Horrible at blocking balls. Pudge was the great defensive catcher of that era. Benito Santiago a little bit before him. And then obviously Johnny Bench. Those were the 3 best defensive catchers I've ever seen. I know Molina's are up there, but for me, those were the guys. Pudge, Benito, and Bench. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for watching. I'm going to take tomorrow off. Get back to it on Wednesday after my appearance on Jake. We'll do a show Wednesday morning. But ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Nick Shine Show. Thank you everyone for all your support. You guys have no idea how much this community means to me, how much I talk about you guys, how happy I am to be a part of this. So you guys are loved, all of you, even the dicks. Dicks need love too. That's what she said. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.